resistance is a cauldron of pressure, and that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. The Utes will kick it away first. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So Stanford's offense takes the field for the first time today. When you get to this point in the season, Jesse, and you're in the Heisman Trophy race like this guy is, every decision, every play, every move will be magnified today.
No question this guy has the numbers, but what he's also had is Heisman moments in big games with a lot of people watching. He has stepped up, and he's played his best football from the quarterback position. And, David, I think that's the biggest key now here at the end of the season for him, determining whether or not he can win the trophy.
And we're voters, Jesse, right? That's what we look for. Like, were you big time when your team needed the most, when you played great competition? And so far, he's checking all the boxes, man. He's been elite of elite. Finishing the season strong right here could be the final cherry on the sundae.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
To the ground, he's got it again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Quarterback on the keeper. Picks up the first down, still moving. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
The RPO, it's complete. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
This is a great play by the defensive back. And I think one of the hardest things to do as a DB is you're covering a receiver deep down the field, your back's to the play, and you've got to turn your shoulder, locate the football, and then swat it away. That DB did an outstanding job in coverage.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks, it's Harris. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Snags it. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense. cash in.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He caught it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinal.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Utah Utes offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Second down, they'll go to the air. It's on target and complete. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
And the Utes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Utes will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Going right and going deep. It's incomplete. And I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
Well, the receiver was double covered on that play, and I don't know if the decision by the QB had to do with the pressure. Because he was hurried, he just had to get rid of that faster than he wanted to. He's lucky he didn't come away with an interception.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. The give out of the gun. Makes a man. Oh, he's still got more. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Stanford fresh off that big run, going back to work. They're going to ride this running back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
The Cardinal might go right back to that ground game after the huge run. To the air on first down. Makes the catch. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Stanford hoping to pay off this red zone opportunity. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Got some room headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
And this QB, man, how about it? It's a pass play. He's dropping back to pass. He realizes it's man-to-man, and as they start to chase their guys down the field, well, nobody's got me, and I can just take off, and I've got speed. He chews up ground so easy.
Touchdown, Stanford! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on games.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass. A little release to the back. Breaks into the open. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. They've got the screen set up. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab on the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The the snap, itching to fire downfield. Sets up the screen. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they...
It's a fumble! Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a... We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Finds the tight end.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. He's got him. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Stanford lines up to punt it away. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Got him downfield. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They're working that left side. On his feet at the 40. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
He was looking for some place to put his